So this section is all about different things dealing with money, whether it's retail, whether it's investing, and the different things that happen in those processes. And they have a whole lot of definitions. And so some of these definitions are just going to be something that's known and obvious, and some are actually going to have formulas associated with them. So the first list of definitions is right here on page 122. Let's go through them really quickly. The cost is the amount a merchant pays for the merchandise he will sell. So cost to the guy who is selling it is how much he pays for it. All right. Markup then is the amount the merchant adds to his cost to arrive at the retail price. So his cost versus what he sells it to you for. The markup rate is the amount of markup on an item as percent of cost. So markup rate is the percent increase based off of the cost, the original cost. The retail price is the merchant's cost plus the markup. It is the regular amount of the merchant asks his customers to pay for the merchandise. So you have his cost, you have the markup amount, that's a dollar amount that he adds to it. You have a markup rate, that's the percentage of that markup amount compared to his cost. Then you have the retail price, that is his cost plus how much he marked it up. That's what you pay for it, all right? And then sometimes they discount it. Now discount price discount rate is the percent by which the retail price is reduced. So discount rate is based off of the retail, not off of his cost. Discount is based off of the retail. The discount amount is the dollar amount of how much he's discounting it. And the sale price is the original retail minus the discount. So what the customer pays for it after the sale price. All right. And so if we look at these, cost, that's not really something you can calculate per se, unless you've been given other factors. Markup amount, this is just going to be a dollar amount that he is adding to. So this is a dollar amount here. The markup rate is a percentage, and it's based on the markup compared to the cost. The markup compared to the cost. And then, of course, your retail price is going to be his cost plus the markup amount. And several different ways to calculate that. You could do, given the cost and the markup rate, you may have to multiply and find out what the markup is. But we'll go through a lot of these. Discount rate, that is a percentage, and it is the discount amount divided by the retail cost. Discount is actually the dollar amount of the discount, the dollar amount of the discount. And the sale price is going to be the retail minus the discount. All right? And it's not always going to follow these exactly. It's going to depend on what they have given you. Sometimes they'll give you the percentage and you're going to have to do some multiplication to find it. Sometimes they'll give you the cost and the markup and you're just going to have to add them. All right? So it all depends on what you have and what you're trying to get. Example 1, Tom and Harry's Sporting Goods marks up all clothing 75%. If their cost for a shirt is $15, what retail price will Richard have to pay? All right, so they are telling us that they mark it up 75% off of what they actually pay for it, okay? So Tom and Harry's Sporting Goods marks them up 75%. So let's pay attention to some of the numbers they're giving us. This is the markup percentage. They just handed that to us. Their cost is $15. They want to know then what the retail price is. Retail price is what we're looking for. So we are going to take that $15 and we are going to multiply it by the markup, which is 75%. But I'm not going to write that in my equation that way. How would I write it? Yeah, I'm going to write 0.75. So what is the markup dollar amount here? What is the markup dollar amount here then? 15 times 0.75, or 3/4. Yeah, it's $11.25. So I have found the markup. They gave me the markup percentage. I found the markup. They want the retail. So if I want the retail price, I'm going to take this 15 and I'm going to add to it the 11.25, and I will get 26.25. 25. There's another way to do this. We did this before with in the last section. You could also multiply it by 1.75 to get the new price. If you didn't have to find the markup amount and you just needed the new price, you could also take this guy and you could multiply it by 1.75. You will also get 26.25. Remember, increase, you do 1 plus the percentage, and decrease, you multiply it by 1 minus the percentage. And that will give you the new amount. Now, if they specifically say, what is the markup and what is the retail, you have to give both answers. And so you might as well just multiply it by the 0.75 and get the markup. But if they just ask for the retail, you can just say, okay, 15 times 1.75, and you will get the 26.25. Either way, you're going to get the same answer here. You're going to get the $26.25. So example 2. Determine the retail price of a tennis racket if Paula says $52.50 by buying it during the 30% off sale. How much did he pay for the racket on sale? All right, so they have told us how much he saved. All right, how much he saved on this tennis racket. He saved $52.50. All right, so he saved $52.50. They told us his discount amount, okay? Discount amount. They also told us it was a 30% off sale. So they told us the discount percentage, okay? They want to know what the original retail price was. They want to know, actually, how much he paid for it. All right, how much he paid for it. So we know how much he saved on it. We know the percentage of what that was, but what we don't know is what he paid for it, okay? So if we take the original amount, so the retail, and we multiply it by the 30%, we should get the discount amount, right? Correct? Does that make sense? Everybody agree? That if we take the retail amount and multiply it by the 30%, we should get the $52.50. All right? So, yeah, we're just multiplying here. But since what I'm looking for is on the left-hand side with that multiplication, what do I need to do if I want to solve for the retail? I want to solve for that retail. What's happening between the retail price and the 30%? It's multiplication. So then how am I going to solve for it? So I'm going to divide both sides by that 0.3. All right? And that's going to give me $175. All right? So what did I solve for?
You solved for
the retail. What did they ask me for? How much did he pay? Am I done? No, we know the retail, and we also know how much he saved. What do I need to do? Subtract. $52.50. All right, subtract it. $175 was the retail. He saved $52.50. So how much did he pay for it? So for this one, determine the retail price of a pair of running shoes and the discount if they are 40% off and have a sale price of $54. All right. So what they've done is they have told us that the discount is 40% off. 40% off. And they've told us the sale price. What percentage then of the retail price is the sale price? If you took 40% off, how much is left? 60%, right? So if they took 40% off, 60% is left. So that means that your sale price should be 60% of your original retail. This is where the 1 minus comes into play. So if I'm discounting it, the sale price should be not 40% of the retail price. That's the amount they took off. It should be 1 minus the 40%, which is 60%. So I know that 60% of my retail price should equal my sale price because I took 40% off. And so they've given me some of this. They have given me the sale price, right? So 60% of the retail should equal the $54, right? 60% of the retail price should equal the sale price because they told me it was 40% off. All right? And they're asking for what? They've said determine the retail price and the discount. So the first thing I want to find is the retail price. How do I solve for this?
Division.
Yeah, divide by the 0.6. So 54 divided by 0.6 is going to be $90. I just solved for my retail. So I answered part of the question already. Retail. Then they want the discount amount. Well, how much did I pay for it? $54. How much was the original price? So how do I find the dollar amount of the discount? Just subtract 90 minus the 54. So my discount amount then was $36. So these problems are not going to all be set up identical. It's not like every time you're going to do this, this, and this. You're going to read it. You're going to see, what do I have? What do I need to solve for? All right. So if they give you the sale price and they want the retail, you're going to have to back into it using a discount amount, right? If they give you the retail and they want the sale percentage, you're going to have to divide somewhere and figure out the discount over the retail. Okay, so it's all going to be mixing and matching and seeing what you have versus what you need. All right, so I want you to try some of these. So the first set is talking about cost and markup. All right, the first set of questions. The original cost was $24.50. The retail price was $34.30. So the easiest thing to find here is going to be the markup amount. The markup amount right here. So how would I find the markup amount if I know the retail and I know the cost? Subtract. So you should have just said $34.30 minus $24.50, which would give you $9.80. $9.80. That is your markup amount. Your markup is just your retail minus your cost, right? That's just the difference between your retail and your cost. Then they want the markup rate. So this is a percentage that is based off the number you just found compared to the original cost. So then how would you solve for the rate then?
24.5
$9.80 divided by 24.5. So you subtract these two to get your markup. Markup divided by cost, and you should have gotten 40%. 40%. For this next one, they gave us the cost. They gave us the markup. So we can easily find both of these, right? The markup rate then is just going to be the $2.36 divided by the $6.75, which should give you 35%. And the retail price then is going to be the $6.75 plus the $2.36. So $6.75 plus the $2.36, and you should have gotten $9.11. $9.11. This next group deals with retail price and discount and sale price. So for this first one, they said the retail price was $77 and the discount rate was 30%. 30%. And so up here in the cost, if I had multiplied the cost by the markup percentage, I would get the markup amount. Same thing happens here. If I take the retail price and I multiply it by the discount rate, I am going to get the discount amount, in this case, $23.10. So then once we have the discount amount, like we just said, we're going to take the $77 and subtract the discount amount, and that will give us our sale price of $53.90. $53.90. All right, let's look at the next one. They gave us the retail of $30,000. They gave us the sale price of $28,200. So to find the discount amount, what am I going to do? Yeah, it's just the difference between the retail and the sales price. So $30,000 minus $28,200, I get $1,800. $1,800. And then if I want the discount rate, I'm going to take that 1,800 and I always compare it to the retail, not the sale price. All right. Always compare the discount amount to the retail. So 1,800 divided by 30,000. And then of course, change it to percentage to get 6%. All right. Because you should have gotten like 0.006 when you rounded, and then you have to multiply by 100 or move that decimal place over. 0.6%. Some more terms here. Tip is the amount paid for personal service. If you've ever been to a restaurant, hopefully you know what a tip is, right? A tip is what you pay on top of the service itself to the person that is serving you. A commission is the dollar amount that an employee receives as a result of the sales he makes. Now, tips are usually paid by the customer. Commissions are usually paid by the retailer, by the place that the person works. Let's put them up here. The rate is the percent used to determine a tip or a commission based on the amount of the bill or of their employee's sales. It's like if you go to dinner and you want to tip 20% to your waitress, then that is going to take your bill and you're going to multiply by 20% and you're going to get their tip amount, right? Commission is set by whoever you work for. If they say, okay, you make this amount of sales and you make 15% commission, then they're going to take that amount of sales, multiply it by 15%, and that's what they're going to pay you in commission. First example, we have Jeff's commission rate if his total sales of electronic equipment for the month was $8,250 and his gross income for the month was $3,660, including a monthly salary of $2,175. So let's talk about what they're telling us here. First of all, if they have a monthly salary, that is not their tip, okay? That's what they get paid. That's not their commission, rather. It's what they get paid whether or not they sell anything, okay? So a monthly salary is what they're going to get no matter what. We know that he made more than that. So we know he made $3,660. So that means his regular amount was $2,175. What he made was $3,660. So how do we figure out what his commission was? If we know he brought home $3,660, or that was his gross, but then we know they pay him automatically $2,175, how much of that should be commission? How do I find it? Riker. Subtract. Yes. I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to say 3660 minus the 2175, right? So what happens when I take 3660 and divide 2175 or subtract 2175? What do I get? So 1485. So that's how much he made in commission. He made $14.85 in commission. They want his commission rate, all right? Your commission rate is always how much you make in commission compared to your sales, okay? So we're going to take this number here and we are going to compare it to his sales. And that should give us the rate. So what is that? 1485 divided by 8250. Rounded, you should get 0.18, and in percentage that is 18%. So I'll tell you what they did in the book so I can show you their equation in the book. They took his monthly salary and they added to it his sales times his commission rate. And that's how they got the 3660. The process is the same. I mean, we just didn't set it up that way. I think it's easier to find the commission amount first. I mean, that's all you're doing. You would subtract and then divide. But I think it's easier to find the commission amount just by subtracting when they give you this. And then doing your comparison. Your commission is always your commission amount compared to your sales. That's how you're going to get your commission percentage. Commission amount compared to your sales. A breakdown of these. Percent equation. So keep in mind, we've been doing percent equations, right? Percent times the whole equals the part, all right? So that was what we did in the last section. Percent times the whole equals the part. Markup. Your markup rate times your cost is going to equal your markup amount. Discount rate times your retail price equals your discount. Tip rate times your total bill equals your tip. All right? Commission rate times your sales equals your commission. Those all look very much the same, don't they? Rate times the whole equals the part. All right? That's what all of these are that we've been doing. The last one, which we'll probably get to tomorrow, is simple interest. And this is when you invest something. Your investment times your percentage is going to equal your interest. And then you have to figure out how much long you're going to actually invest it. And so you can see that. But these all look very similar because they're all percentage times the whole equals the part. They all follow the same pattern. That's what all of these do.